Hi guys, welcome back to Decorating Happily Ever After. I'm Jeffrey Kevin. Today I've set us a vintage peach luster tablescape. I'm using vintage dishes, lots of peach luster glassware, with fresh flowers from the garden, and a color scheme of buttery yellows, rusty peach, and persimmon. So let's take a look around the table. For today's tablescape, I'm using a buttery yellow damask tablecloth. I believe I picked this up at a thrift store. And I'm also going to be using my chargers. These are kind of a creamy whitewash. I got these several years ago at Hobby Lobby. And for the china, I'm using this pretty pattern. It's called Signature Collection Oriental Garden. And it has a floral pattern. I think that's a peony there in the center. And there are shades of persimmon, rust, yellow, and greens. I'm going to be using these persimmon colored napkins today. And for my flatware, I have this bamboo pattern. I thought since the name of the china says Oriental, the bamboo would look nice. And for my glasses, I have these pretty peach luster. They're an iris pattern. I'm also going to mix the orange marigold along with them. I have the matching cup and saucers. And here I'm going to place the bread and butter plate over here. And I have these little saucers. They are also the peach luster with iris pattern. I suspect these probably had cups at one point, but I bought the set to go underneath these peach luster iris pattern little, I guess these are custard dishes. And so I'm just going to place the custard dish on it. Guys, just look at this beautiful centerpiece. These are Easter lilies that are blooming in my garden right now. I think they're so beautiful. I've used hostas. I've got there tucked inside some variegated hostas just to fill in a little. And I've picked Easter lilies, and if I can get a shot of it, they are in a peach luster iris vase. My garden is overflowing right now with blooms. I've got hydrangeas, Easter lilies. I'm just full of blooms, and so I thought I would pick these today. Easter lilies are so beautiful. I think they're called Asiatic lilies, but I know they were found in the mountains of China, I believe, by a botanist years ago, and somehow they became known as Easter lilies. But there's just something almost spiritual about them. They're so beautiful. These I planted several years ago. I have a flower bed, and every year I take my Easter lilies after they've bloomed and remove the dead head, the flowers, and plant them in my flower bed. And they will come up year after year. Now in my part of the South, they won't bloom for Easter. I believe they're forced in greenhouses, kind of like poinsettias, but they bloom around June here in my part of the South. And if you plant your Easter lilies in a sunny location, you'll have blooms for years and years to come, and they also will multiply. And I still have more in my flower bed. I didn't pick them all, but I think they're so pretty. You do have to be careful with the pollen. I did not remove the little pollen here, but I will move this bouquet shortly after I'm done with this table. But you can ruin a tablecloth or your clothes. Florists usually snip them out, but I didn't bother to do that today. But I think they're so beautiful. And I actually, for this tablescape, I was going to use my oak leaf hydrangeas. They are a creamy white. But guys, we have had so much rain that it just beat the blooms off. And so my Easter lilies were starting up, so I thought, well, I'll use those instead. But I think they're so beautiful, and I wish you guys could smell them. They smell wonderful. And of course, I have a very large arrangement. People always ask, do I move the arrangement when we have guests? And the answer is no. If you're a guest at my table, be prepared to bob and weave. I just don't bother with that. And I'm a floral designer, and I just don't like small floral arrangements, even though I know the rule is they should be about from your elbow to your wrist, about 12 inches, 10, 12 inches. But for me, that's just not what I like, so I go big. And here on each side, I've got a pair of iris candlesticks or candle holders. They are the peach luster, and I have put some rusty peach candles in them. I'll put that little story about my aunt. In our family, anything that's peach or rust is rusty peach. My Aunt Millie created that color name, and I'll put my little story up about her house at the end of this video if you guys want to watch it, but her house made an impression on me. These little candlesticks Mother found at thrift store, and then later she found some of the other glass. I'll show you in a minute. Here at this corner, I've got a little sugar and creamer. These are peach luster. I don't have the set that matches the china, so I just thought I would marry this little set. This is the sugar and creamer, and I'll show you the teapot just in a minute. But they are peach luster, and gosh, I have had those probably 30 years. I think we got those ages ago when they used to have flea markets. We don't hardly have flea markets anymore, at least not in my area, but I got those ages ago. I've also put some of my marigold. This is the orange marigold glass. I have more of the marigold than I do the peach luster, and so I thought I would mix in a few pieces, and probably in this video I'll mix up the names, sure as the world. But anyway, this compote, I believe I also found it at a flea market, like I said, a long time ago. I like the peach luster, and I like the marigold glass because it looks pretty with copper. I have lots of copper in the kitchen, and our color scheme is pumpkin orange and rusty peach. And this is the sweet little wedding box. It is also the peach luster, and what I've heard is I always wondered why they were called wedding dishes. I always considered them like a little candy dish, but they say they were to put a slice of wedding cake in. Now, I don't know if the couple would eat that on their anniversary a year later or not. It'd be awfully stale because this one does not seal, and none of them do to my knowledge. But I've been seeing them a lot online. Like I said, this is the peach luster. The milk glass ones are very popular right now, but these come in almost any color you collect. But I will tell you, 99.9% of these are chipped. I think this is the third one that I have bought, and the other two I got rid of later. They had chips on them, and I think maybe I missed them in buying them. I'm not sure. I believe I found this one at an antique mall, but I was delighted that it wasn't chipped. And another thing I see people doing online, they take the lid, set it on the table, and put this square base on top of the lid. They say that's how you should display it. Well, I don't do that because there again, it's a good way to get it chipped. But I looked long and hard to find that wedding dish that was not chipped. I've also set some pretty little salt and peppers with my little Oriental theme. I've got my Oriental lady along with her little Oriental man with his little hat. I think those little salt and peppers are so cute. And here at this corner, I've got a sweet little butter dish. I have a friend, Doreen, and she brings her sisters in my store, but unfortunately several of them have passed away, and she gave me this little peach luster butter dish to remember her sister Dee by. And when Dee would come in, she loved roosters, and she usually found a rooster in my store to buy. So Doreen gave me this to remember her. Isn't that sweet? Thank you, Doreen. Thank you, Julia. And here I've also got a bride's basket. Now it is the Marigold, although here with water in it, it looks peach luster, but it's the little bit deeper orange, the Marigold. And I have a large gardenia bush that I keep at my store, and it is covered in gardenias, and this bouquet too smells wonderful. But someone gave me that bush. It's about 4 feet tall, and here in my part of the South, we can't do gardenias outdoors in the wintertime, and so I keep it in my sun porch, and then I pull it out in the summertime. But it's just blooming its little heart out. Sometimes I like to pick a bouquet and put them on Mother's nightstand. They smell wonderful, especially in the night. Now, the glasses with the iris pattern, Mother found those at the thrift store, and I ordered some of the pieces on eBay. Now, the little sherbet dishes, I got those on eBay, and I also got the little saucers to go with them. They came from eBay. So some of the peach luster I found at thrift stores, some of them I kind of added to a piece or two to finish out the sets. But eBay is good for that, so long as you don't have to buy a lot. And let's see, here at this corner of the table I have the teapot, and it's the peach luster. Now I have a lot of the peach luster that's Japan, and it's very delicate. This is not quite as delicate. I'd probably say this set is from the 1940s, early 50s, but it's kind of an unusual shape, and I thought it blended pretty with the dishes. Now this set of glasses here that are the orange Marigold, they came, I bought a storage unit that was full of antiques. That was a great find, and these were in that storage unit, and the goblets, and I think they're so pretty. That unit had something for every room in the house, and had furniture, and it was a great find. That was years ago, but I still think about that storage unit that someone left behind. Actually, I think a lady died who collected, and her children and grandchildren did not want her stuff. Oh well. Here's my lilies again. I think they're so beautiful. And I thought it would be kind of fun to put these little elephants on the table. They are peach luster. They look like salt and pepper shakers, but they're not. They're occupied Japan, and I thought they were so sweet. I just thought I would add them to the table. Little peach luster elephants. And at this corner of the table, I have the iris pattern peach luster picture, although I will say it does kind of look more orange marigold. The peach luster kind of varies, I noticed. Some of my pieces are slightly more to the orange and some are slightly more to the peach. But now the picture, Mother also found it with the glasses. In the iris pattern they make, I know some, I believe they're dinner plates, or they could possibly be dessert plates. I know I've seen those. And there are other things. I believe sugar and creamer, I don't have that. But what I do, I just add to my sets as I find them. And in the peach luster, in the marigold pattern, I have a lot of it in my kitchen island displayed. It's got glass doors. This is sort of, I have most of the patterns. This is sort of a cut pattern. I'm not sure what it's called, but I have the grape pattern, I have the rose pattern, a windmill pattern, and then like I said, this kind of what I call more of a cut glass. And back when I first started collecting antiques, Mother and I collected the peach luster and the orange marigold. And it seemed like back then the pink was more popular and the green glass was more popular. But I always went for the peachy tones to go with our color scheme. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a comment below. Give this video a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Be sure and subscribe to my channel, Decorating Happily Ever After, and turn on the notifications bell so you never miss a video. I'm Jeffrey Kevin, hoping that you decorate happily ever after. Bye-bye now.